Warming up for the first of two boys Class AA semifinal games here today. And let's throw it over to our announcing crew, Kenny McReynolds and Tom Stocker.
Thank you very much, Joe, and hello again, everybody. In our first semifinal game today here at the Assembly Hall, a classic confrontation in contrasting styles. First of all, you've got Proviso, who loves the up-tempo style of attack, which lights up the gym with the UNLV approach of running fast slam dunks. You've got Libertyville. They're unranked, very patient, very deliberate, but they are also here in the tournament. And in Proviso East, Kenny, you've got a team that's been very tested the last three ball games, but they've managed to win.
Well, they've answered the challenge of the last three basketball games. Besides Sherrill Ford, they have an outstanding basketball player, Michael Finley. Finley was absolutely superb yesterday. He loves to run and gun. He can break down the floor. He loves to slam dunk. And if you give him the baseline, you're asking for trouble. An outstanding game yesterday. Finley, 20 points, 8 rebounds in the quarterfinals against Carbondale. Great basketball player.
Finley also pretty good in the classroom. He ranks 8th in his class, 3.56 average. Phil Hitt is the head coach of Proviso East. He talked about his approach against Libertyville.
Libertyville is a very physical team, and for us to be successful, we have to get them to speed up their tempo a little bit, and we have to control them on the boards. If we allow them to be aggressive underneath the basket and get some second shots, I think we'll have trouble.
In Proviso East, you've got the #1 ranked team. They've gotten all the spotlight, all the respect. Libertyville, well, Cinderella hasn't got any respect, maybe until yesterday when their deliberate offense really unraveled Hillcrest.
And one guy I know that earned respect yesterday had to be Matt Williams. He had an outstanding game yesterday. He dominated the second half for Libertyville against Hillcrest, and he does everything so well. Look at the backdoor cut, nice head fake, gets the baseline. Matt Williams, if he can dominate the second half today and shoot like he does right here from three-point range like he did yesterday when he scored 25 points against Hillcrest, hey, Libertyville could be in for a good afternoon.
And Max Sanders, the head coach of Libertyville, had a chance to talk about facing the #1 ranked team in the state in Proviso East. They really have nothing to lose.
I think you have to pray a great deal, but on a serious note, I don't know. We've been playing and controlling the tempo of the game, and hopefully we're going to be able to do that today, but it's going to be a major task, I'll tell you, because they have just such great athletes. And if we can get them playing our style of ball, at least maybe we have a chance then.
A trip to tonight's championship game is at stake for the winner here in semifinal game #1. Proviso East against Libertyville from the Assembly Hall. Back with the introduction of the starting lineups, one of your network sponsors, Toyota Dealers of Illinois.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rippling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful voice of Lori Fisher. She's a three-sport athlete beside a wonderful singer out of Villa Park Willowbrook High School. Will attend Millikan University. Lori also plays volleyball, basketball, and track, and proves she can really sing a great tune. Let's now turn it over to our public address announcer, Steve Adams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for this first semifinal game featuring the Pirates of Maywood Proviso East High School, entering this game with a record of 30-1, and the Wildcats of Libertyville High School, entering this game with a record of 25-6. At forward for Proviso East, a 6'5" senior, 21, Donnie Boyce. At forward for Libertyville, a 6'5" senior, number 32, John Bauer. the other forward for the Pirates, a 6'2" sophomore, 35, Ray Gay. And at the other forward for the Wildcats, a 6'5" senior, 33, Andy Bauer. At center for Proviso East, a 6'7" senior, 45, Sherelle Ford. And at center for Libertyville, a 6'6" senior, number 25, Brian Davis. At one of the guards for Proviso East, a 6'6" senior, number 25, Michael Finley. And at guard for Libertyville, a 6'4" senior, number 21, Matt Williams. At the other guard for the Proviso East Pirates, a 5'11" senior, number 11, Thad Smith. At the other guard for Libertyville, a 5'10" senior, number 4, John Cimaroli. And now introducing the coaches. First for Proviso East, assistant coaches Lawrence McCall, Dave Holmes, and Andrew Johnson. And the head coach in his 8th season, Bill Hitt. And for Libertyville, assistant coaches Andy Bitta, Julian Emanuelson, and Jim Goodman. And the head coach in his 12th season, Max Sanders.
And our officials for this afternoon's ball game, Michael Devating of East Alton and Ken Thaxton of Godfrey. We are getting set for semifinal game number 1 with a trip to the final game tonight at Perth. One of your network sponsors is Ciba-Geigy. Assembly Hall, a few notes before we start the ball game. Proviso East, they are ranked number 1 in the state, 30-1. They have won 5 consecutive regionals. Libertyville had never even won a sectional till this year. And obviously, they're here at the Assembly Hall for the first time, looking for its first ever school state title. There are the matchups again. The big three for Proviso East, Boyce, Finley, and Ford. Well, you got the Bauer twins. Williams, a 6'4" guard, but he really plays all over the court. Maybe the two most forgotten players on the Proviso East team are Gay and Smith, the two guards.
But I tell you, Tom, I'll be interested to see how Sherelle Ford plays. His parents are in the crowd. They were in a car accident yesterday driving up from Louisiana. They didn't see yesterday's ball game. His mom cut her eye. She has a patch on her eye, but she's in the stands today. So Sherelle, you know, wants to put on a show for his mom and dad because they don't get a chance to see him play.
We're about to start the final day of the 1990-91 IHSA basketball season with our first of 2 semifinal games here at the AA Championships. As it's won by Michael Finley, and Proviso East wastes little time. Boyce can't bank it in. Ford has it knocked away, but reaching in there was Williams, and he swatted at the ball, and that's how he got the call.
He swatted at the ball, but he also got an awful lot of Sherelle Ford, who took a hard tumble, but he's okay. So Ford will now be at the line to shoot 2.
It'll be a chance at the line for Sherelle Ford, nicknamed the Swamp Doctor because of his upbringing in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, down in LSU country. Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year this year, and a little bit of a cold start for the Pirates. Yesterday, Ford 9 of 18 from the field with 25 points and also had 9 rebounds. And Proviso East breaks out in front.
Now they'll put on a full-court press. They always like to pressure the basketball.
That time, token pressure. And I think Proviso East very mindful of the way that Libertyville almost at will broke Hillcrest pressure all game long. On the wing, that's Andy Bauer. That is John Bauer. That's right, they're twins. Top of the circle, Matt Williams. Williams, who can shoot from outside or take it inside. Here is Andy Bauer. Long on the shot, strong rebound for Michael Finley. Finley's going to take it all the way. No. But a loose rebound tracked down by Ray Gay. Outside to Thad Smith. The lob. Out inside, Boyce. I think somebody got a hand on him on the way up. And coming out of there with it is Matt Williams. It's early, but so far, tempo is what Libertyville is exactly the kind of tempo that they want. And swisheroo for Matt Williams as he gets Libertyville on the board.
And that's exactly the kind of shot Libertyville wants.
Finley threw it right by Ford, who wasn't expecting the pass.
Well, I think he was trying to get Ray Gay. And Gay cut towards the basket. I think Finley thought he was going to stay in the corner.
Bill Hitt graduated from Proviso East at 68. Both coaches coaching at their alma mater. Early in the first quarter, John Cimaroli, a 5'10" senior, brought it across the timeline, and that's John Bauer. Matt Williams. The basic philosophy for Libertyville is, if you're open, shoot it. Nice lead lob. Brian Davis.
Brian Davis did an outstanding job of pinning his man off, then floating back towards the basket and got the entry pass at 2 points.
Finley long on the three, but underneath the reverse layup goes down for Gay.
Good offensive rebound by Ray Gay. Good positioning down low. Right place at the right time.
Williams. Out front to John Bauer. Thad Smith. Now he goes out front to Cimaroli. This is a very basic offense. A lot of motion, a lot of cutting towards the basket. Not flashy.
Not flashy, and they'll take their time. They never rush.
Williams with a head fake to the baseline. Bauer slides down the lane, but came up short on the shot. Cimaroli for three, yes.
Libertyville, they do such a great job of shooting. You have to locate your man at all times.
Ford tries to answer with his three, but it's long, and it goes out of bounds to Proviso East as Libertyville has an early 5-point lead.
Proviso East ice cold from the field, shooting just 1 out of 6, while Libertyville, they're shooting 3 out of 4.
And it was Andy Bauer who got a piece of the inbounds pass, and Libertyville takes it away off the Proviso East turnover. 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Cimaroli pressured by Smith. The ball deflected and taken away by Boyce. He can't get it to go, and East is cold.
Boy, East is ice cold. I think you have to dunk those.
From the corner, the block by Gay. But staying with it was Brian Davis. I'm not sure Proviso East is going to be able to rattle this Libertyville ball club. They're very businesslike.
Pick and roll. Can't hold it? Yes, he does.
Nice save by Bauer. Cimaroli. Now here's Andy Bauer. And coming in hard on the boards was John Bauer, and he crashed and got the foul.
John Bauer going for the loose rebound, going for the ball, and picks up his first personal.
We've got a timeout on the floor in our first semifinal game at the Assembly Hall. Libertyville has an early 5-point lead. One of your network sponsors is Country Company. 8-3 Libertyville, about midway through the first quarter.
Well, if Proviso East, if they're going to be successful, they live and die by the defense. Now watch the sophomore, Ray Gay. He'll come over and get the block shot as clean as they come. A beautiful block shot for Proviso East. But Libertyville just dominating the ball game so far. East just 1 out of 7 from the field for 14%. They need a bucket, and they need one now.
Also impressive on that replay, Kenny, was the quickness that Gay got over. He was out of position and still got a clean block. Boyce in down under and he picked up the pivot foot as he was really in some heavy traffic as Libertyville crashed down hard.
They went down hard, and he just took a little stutter step. But see, now they'll keep the pressure up. Boy, but Libertyville does a great job.
They are a well-coached basketball team.
But see, I think Proviso East, this is their type of basketball. I think you do what you'll have to do.
Nice helping defense there by Finley as Cimaroli was turned away. Andy Bauer. Cimaroli got open for a moment, short on the three, and it's Finley. Finley throws it right into the crowd, threw it right by Ford. Thad Smith was over on the wing saying, hey, give it to me. But he really tried to force
it into Sherelle Ford. So they just have to calm down. That's 4 turnovers already for Proviso East. That's an awful lot of turnovers.
That combined with their cold shooting is why Libertyville leads early here, 8-3. About 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. John Bauer. To Davis from the corner, and he bangs it home. It's a 2.
I think Gay has to get out there quicker and put a hand up. You just can't have token pressure because these guys shoot so well.
And getting one to go on the baseline move was Michael Finley, who will be heading for the University of Wisconsin, the 6'5" senior. Libertyville still by 5. Cimarroli pushes it over on the baseline, and rattling it home was Davis.
Boy, these guys shoot or what? They really shoot well, and they do such an outstanding job by finding the open man. And as soon as the man is open, he has a great release. Everybody on the floor, no matter who it is for Libertyville, if they're open, that ball's going up as soon as they touch it.
Jamal Robinson, the 6'4" junior who transferred from St. Joe in midseason, now into the ballgame. He replaces Gay. Give him some more size down inside. Finley had a notion, goes down on the block to Robinson.
Kick that out, get a little high-low going.
For 3, yes. Michael Finley, and he's carrying the load right now as he has 5.
Well, see, that's what you want to do. Put it down low, kick it back out.
Oh, Libertyville keeps it despite a good effort by Donnie Boyce, number 21. Talk about Libertyville. They have been shooting over 55% from the sectional semifinals on. They are a good shooting team.
Oh, they're an outstanding shooting basketball team.
Nearly stolen by Ford. Cimarroli gets it back. Williams a head fake. Dishes off. Davis on the baseline. Oh, he's hot.
Boy, is he hot. That's 4 out of 5 for Davis from the field.
And it's broken up and taken away by Libertyville. And Matt Williams, under 2 minutes, it's a 6-point Libertyville lead. And now I think when that large Libertyville crowd really becomes a factor, they really brought a following. The Bears East on the steal. Finley ahead of the back, yes, with a one-hand jam.
Well, he didn't lay that one up. He decided to slam it, and that's what I like to see the young men do, because sometimes when you just lay it up, the ball rolls out.
Finley with 7 of the Pirates' 10 points thus far in the ballgame.
And that was the first turnover for Libertyville.
Libertyville leading 14-10. Matt Williams, who had 19 points, Libertyville unraveled New Trier, and he has a great move. Nobody picked him up.
Nobody picked him up. You have to get through the pick. A nice screen, but you have to get through that pick and pick up your man, because for Libertyville, they're such an outstanding shooting team.
A 6-point lead. Robinson kicks it back outside. Open is Finley. A rare miss for him recently, and Libertyville gives them only one chance as they get the rebound. Under a minute now for the first quarter, and the Wildcats lead 16-10. Cimarroli. Davis. Holding it right now, Matt Williams is coming over to defend him as Finley. Remember, no shot clock, fans, in high school basketball. And the team behind does have to force the action. Under 30 seconds. You see the clock in the corner. Andy Bauer against Boyce. Williams, good pressure by Proviso East. Double team and a foul. Both Finley and Boyce had him double team using the center line as a third defender.
Boy, that was pretty good defense by Proviso East, but Boyce just a little bit with the body. Boy, that's a tough call, too, because you had him at the midcourt stripe, and he had nowhere to go. But just a little body, a non-shooting foul, just the first on Proviso East.
15 seconds. Cimarroli. Over it goes to Williams. Off a screen, Williams trying to get open. There's Andy Bauer. Yes, hit the buzzer. Just a second or two before the buzzer. A 3, and it's a 19-10 lead for the surprising Libertyville Ball Club. They lead the #1 ranked team after 1 quarter. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota Dealers of Illinois. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Illinois High School Association and Cost Broadcast Sales Incorporated. No portion or portions of this broadcast may be reproduced without the written permission of the Illinois High School Association. Tom Stalker, Kenny McReynolds with you. Semifinal game number 1 here in the boys AA state finals. Libertyville, the surprising team of the tournament, continues to surprise and bedazzle the folks here in the Dome with a 23-17 lead. Look at the shooting.
As you look at the shooting, 48% Libertyville, 48 Proviso East. But East has shot 3 out of 6 this quarter, so they've really picked it up.
Pirates with the basketball is looking from outside. Finley, and it's a two-pointer for Michael Finley.
That's 9 for Finley. While they've done a good job on forward, Finley has really picked it up. Turnover.
As Libertyville throws it away, and a rare mistake for the Wildcats thus far in the ballgame. They played just about a textbook game thus far.
That's only their 3rd turnover. Proviso East had 7, but early in the contest.
The difference is, though, when you're playing Proviso East, you've got to play perfect ball for 4 quarters, 32 minutes. Davis can't bang it in from outside, and a rebound for Andy Bauer. Matt Shriver picked up by Finley. Got a new dribble. Short on the shot was Andy Bauer, and the rebound for Finley. Finley really has been carrying this ball club in the first half. Strong inside move for Jamal Robinson. He was the player, a starter at St. Joe's for Coach Gene Pignatar, and comes off the bench now for Proviso East. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Oh, nice move.
Oh, did a great job. Matt Shriver just couldn't finish the play as he slipped right down the middle of the lane. Davis stolen beautifully by Greg Wheeler. Stepped right in front.
Nice anticipation by Wheeler in the passing lane. He knew they would look for somebody cutting to the basket in the right place at the right time.
Libertyville's lead down to 2, 23-21. Libertyville began the quarter with a 9-point lead. Cimaroli in trouble, and was very lucky there. He was looking in the corner for Shriver, just stepping in at the last moment and knocking it out of bounds was Finley.
Because Shriver was cutting towards the basket, but it was just knocked out of bounds. So a nice break for the Wildcats.
Matt Williams back in as Shriver heads to the bench. Davis also back in the game. The jump hook, no. That was the shot that helped them get here back in the sectionals. Oh, just a little too strong for Robinson. And Andy Bauer decides to dribble him out of trouble.
A little too much English. The Proviso East will keep up the pressure.
Libertyville holding on to a 2-point lead. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. You look at the difference in the quarters for shooting. A foul on the floor before the shot. The collision there involving Smith, but it looked like it was Robinson who got the hand in there.
Yeah, I think it will go against Robinson.
And the Wildcats have called a timeout. We will keep it here with exactly 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Libertyville led by 9 at the start of the period. Now it's a 2-point lead as you see the game situation on the clock.
Well, Proviso East has really picked up the tempo and their pace this quarter. They've done an outstanding job. You got Sherrill Ford involved in the offense as we take a look at the Libertyville huddle.
Okay? We're not saying give the ball over on the side. And keep the head above you like that. Same thing. If you pop up, if you're not open, stick the guy down, come, roll down to the basket. All right? Take better shots.
They all shoot good from the you got 4, if he's in at 12. I don't know which one's in now, but you got them. Glass, Jamal, glass. We need to play well the last 2 minutes. We're only down 2. That's fine. We didn't play good. We know we'll play better. We'll be more mentally ready to play. So you need a good stop here. On this inbounds, I want a box and one. I want Thaddeus on 21. I want Mike and Jamal high. Donnie and Sherrill low. Stay in it. You gotta get out to the corner on the shooter.
So So they're going to put a box and one on Matt Williams. They're going to put a box and one on Matt Williams. And, of course, Libertyville, they want to go for the back doors. They want their guys to cut up and then shoot back to the basket. Let's see how this box and one works.
And also very interesting analysis by Bill Hitt. Hey, you guys haven't played all that great. You're only down by 2.
You know we'll play better.
They'll do it again, this time from the sidelines. Out front, John Cimaroli.
Here's your box and one.
You see Williams there as he makes the move, number 21. You see chasing him, Thad Smith.
Thad Smith, and the other 4 will play a box. They'll stay in the box or zone.
Again, no shot clock, but that doesn't bother Andy Bowers. He bangs it a 3. He has 6 points on a couple of trays. It went right through the hands of Jamal Robinson, and Libertyville gets it back.
Well, that's a good pass by Sherelle Ford. It just went right through the hands of Jamal Robinson.
Remember what Bill Hitt says, play well the last 2 minutes, and then a mental error like that. Minute 24 left to go.
Three-point shooting. Boy, Libertyville really great three-point shooters.
Williams tried a little dipsy-do, dished it off, and it spins in for Bauer. A 2-point for Andy Bauer, who now has 8. Robinson. And Libertyville has gotten momentum back.
Well, the last minute, Libertyville has totally dominated. And this is exactly what Proviso East did not want, with a steal.
Williams in trouble, and he lost it. Robinson lays it up ahead, and dropping it in was Donnie Boyce. 43 seconds left to go.
Well, look at the pressure. Almost a steal.
And a timeout called to save them from getting called on the 10-second count.
Well, good timeout for Libertyville because they had to be at about 8 or 9 seconds, so you needed that timeout. But now, Proviso East, Bill Hitt said, play well the final 2 minutes. They have not played well.
Right back to the ball. Oh, hey, 37 seconds. Let's think. Down low, long. One shot. Spades, we're going to take one shot unless we can get a layup out of it before that. You can get a layup, you'll take it. Don't be shoot that stupid-ass hook shot 8 feet away. Right? We have played horribly with the ball down there. We're shooting it. They've got 4 guys under the paint, and we're shooting the ball. If you don't beat them down, why shoot it? Every single one of us done it. No, calm down. Calm down. You've got to know the difference. All right, we are man-to-man right now. We are all over the court, man-to-man. Run the court. Ready? Defense. No, your man.
Man-to-man. Then they're shooting for the sake of shooting. And of course, the Wildcats will go for one shot unless they get a layup.
You sense Proviso East has gotten out of its concept, out of its rhythm.
Yeah, but see, they've played a terrible half, but they're only down by 5 points.
And the Assembly Hall crowd is really getting into this basketball game. Of course, Libertyville has a huge throng-down. 11 buses yesterday, more today. Under 30 seconds, Matt Williams. And coming out to help him was Andy Bauer. Williams gets inside, banks it home.
Well, that's the layup they wanted.
Williams with 6, 10 seconds left, a 7-point lead for Libertyville. Thad Smith. Sherelle Ford. Yes, on the three. Oh my, at the buzzer. A big 3 for the player of the year in Chicago as the first half expires. That cut the margin to 4, but Proviso East knows it is in a ball game and in a dogfight for its life and its #1 ranking.
Well, I think that may be the biggest 2 points of the game for Proviso East. I'm sorry, the biggest 3 points. They needed a bucket right at the buzzer, and Sherelle Ford gave them 3 points.
Joe Passion now with Proviso East coach Bill Hitt.
Well, Bill, that three-pointer by Ford's got to help a little bit, but obviously some work to do in the second half.
We have been absolutely terrible on our transition offense. If we don't improve, it's going to be a long morning.
For shooting, though, not taking the shots that you want to see, how can that be disciplined?
The kids know what is a good shot and what's a bad shot. It's simply going out there and making the right decision with the ball each time down the court, and we'll do that this second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks very much, and we'll send it back in the meantime over to Tom Stocker.
Obviously a very flustered Coach Bill Hitt. We're at halftime as his team trails by 4. Back with our halftime festivities, one of your network sponsors, the Illinois Pork Producers.
Spooner taking his time. One basket is a big one here. Don Wilbrand shoots a long ball into Bill Schultz, and he sinks it. Hebron goes into the lead. 60-58.
That was the first IHSA telecast ever, 1952, when Hebron went to a storybook finish, winning the state title behind a pair of twins. Could the same thing be happening for the Wildcats of Libertyville behind the Power Boys?
Well, there's a lot of basketball remaining to be played, but I tell you what, it was an outstanding first half by the Libertyville Wildcats. And one thing we talked about, they shoot so well. Look at Matt Williams, nothing but net a three-point shot. This team, you have to locate your man at all times. Now watch this shot here. You go down low, won't go, comes right back out. Cimarroni, hey, you leave them open, they're going to hit their three-pointer at all times. Of course, Proviso East, they can score too. They love to get it up and down the court, and if you don't give them to them on the inside, they'll take it outside like Michael Finley with the three-pointer there. But again, Finley, what they want to do, they like to get offense off the defense, the fast break dunk by Michael Finley. We talked about the Bauer boys. Well, they're the guy that can shoot a three-pointer. Andy Bauer to end the first quarter with a three-pointer. That put Libertyville up by 9 points. In the second quarter, Jamal Robinson came off the bench. A nice driving layup for Proviso East. And I think the biggest play of the ball game so far was this three-pointer to end the half for Sherelle Ford. That closed the gap to just 4 points.
All ready to start the second half. Let's go down to Joe Passion.
All right, thanks very much. Max and I talking about halftime strategies. Like you said before the game, you're controlling the tempo. What's going to prevent pushing off any Proviso runs in the second half?
That's a good question, but, you know, again, hopefully we can just control the tempo, back in the zone a little bit, and hopefully not get behind. If we get behind and have to start chasing them, then we got a problem.
Okay, Max, thanks very much. We'll see you later on. And in the meantime, we'll send it back over to Tom and Kenny.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. From the sectional finals on, Libertyville has shot over 56% in every ball game, and they're on pace for that right now.
Well, they're doing an outstanding job. You look, 48%. Proviso East really picked it up, 45%. Free throws, Libertyville, nothing. Proviso East, 2 out of 3. Rebounding, Proviso has the slight lead. Turnovers, 9 for East, just 4 for Libertyville.
One thing we notice in the ball game is you look at the individual scoring leaders. Finley with 9, Boyce 7, and Ford with 6 for the Pirates of Proviso East. That for Libertyville, again, nobody yet in double figures. Andy Bauer with 8, Davis also with 8, and Matt Williams has been a little quiet thus far with 7 points thus far. One thing you notice, you saw in the highlights, that was, I think, the only fast break bucket in the game for Proviso East in the first half.
Well, I think the key for Libertyville, they cannot fall behind. I agree with the coach. They have to keep ahead.
Coming up, we'll have the second half of the semifinal contest between Proviso East and Libertyville. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. Well, needless to say, this is going to be the biggest 16 minutes of basketball in Libertyville's history for Proviso East. They've got 16 minutes to preserve the #1 ranking and continue their quest for the state title that many have all but conceded to them. But it has been a struggle for the Pirates, who open up the quarter with the basketball.
Well, I think if somebody told Libertyville that they would be 4 points up at half, they would be extremely happy.
Thad Smith has to go off the back of the iron. And a battle for the ball on the floor. It's going to go to Libertyville. Last touch by Gabe.
Here's Michael Finley, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in the first half.
He about carried that whole Proviso ball club on his shoulders through most of the first half, till Ford showed signs of coming alive there in the latter stages of the second quarter. Matt Williams over to John Bauer. Oh, weak side. Somebody forgot Cimarroni, and he made him pay for it. A 6-point lead for Libertyville. Finley gets the pass to Ford, and he banks it home. I think the Pirates have got to make Ford really work inside.
Well, I think they want to get Sherrill Ford more involved in the basketball game, but again, Ford can't force it. You have to let the game come to him.
John Bauer came up to help. Just got rid of it to brother Andy before he lost his balance. Down low, Williams double teamed, and no.
Jump ball.
He was blocked, and a clean block, and it's a held ball. And the possession arrow goes to Libertyville.
Yeah, there's Matt Williams. First half, 7 points, 2 boards, and 4 assists.
Thought for a moment that Williams, just in among the tall trees down there, had walked. Libertyville gets a break. Bauer.
Oh.
Andy Bauer with 10.
You have to locate him at all times.
Ford on the block, back to Finley, and he hits the free throw line jumper. The one thing that Libertyville coach Max Sanders says, don't guard one guy, see what happens. That's the strength of our team. Give them an uncontested three-pointer, they'll make you pay. Cimaroli, guarded closely by Thad Smith. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Libertyville leading by 4, 34-30. Cimaroli gets the shot on the baseline. Can't get the bounce. And coming out of there with a rebound was Donnie Boyce. Ford had it. Finley. Now Boyce. There's the three amigos right there. Boyce a little strong on the shot.
Nice
gets it back. Stays with it nicely.
You notice the ball movement that time down floor, and actually this quarter by Proviso East on offense, they look like they're more in sync.
And their shooting has now improved to 48% for the game, 14 of 29. Williams, nice dribble. And it's tracked down by Ford. Thad Smith as the tempo begins to pick up here in the quarter, and that'll go to Proviso East's favor. Ford, he can hit those three. Nice follow, Finley.
Rebound.
Oh, my. Just off the front iron.
Just a little too much English.
And 5'10", John Cimaroli comes out of there with a basketball. A 2-point Wildcat lead. Williams. Gives it off to Bauer. That's missed off the iron for Andy Bauer. Ford on the break.
Oh, what a move.
Slips inside and gets 10.
And now we're tied at 34.
And you can feel the Pirates' confidence coming back.
Remember what Max Sanders said at half. He does not want to fall behind.
Williams gets three, no. There's the break, and it's thrown right by the flying Ray Gay. The long pass from Thad Smith. And we've got a break in the action here in quarter number 3. We're all deadlocked at 34. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois. The Illinois Basketball Coaches Association announced its all-state team, and in the tournament, you've got, of course, Ford from Proviso East, Howard Nathan, who dazzled everybody from Peoria Manual last night, and Donnie Boyce was a second-team selection. And there you see number 21, Donnie Boyce. Libertyville with the basketball, a tie game at 34. Just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cimaroli having to fend off Thad Smith. Matt Williams takes the three. He thought about it a little too long. Saved by Cimaroli. No, not quite. It was on the end line.
Everything now starting to go the way of Proviso East.
When a shooter gets in that flow, he gets the ball and goes right up. You saw Williams think about it a little bit.
You don't make him when you think about him. You want to just react and do it. You don't want to think about it. Now they're in a zone.
Gay takes it to the hoop.
And Proviso East now with the lead. Look at the defense.
First time they have
offense. Oh, I thought they were holding each other.
Thad Smith is going to get called with the foul.
Cimaroli Smith.
Boy,
I thought they were holding each other. It's only the first team foul this half for Proviso East.
And third overall for the Pirates. We have not had a lot of free throws. Proviso East has attempted 3. Libertyville hasn't been to the line yet. Pirates leading by 2, leading for the first time as Cimaroli pushes it into the front court. Matt Williams, who has been held scoreless in this quarter thus far, has only 6 for the game. He's in trouble, and Cimaroli helps him. Pirates have done a good job controlling Matt Williams because he can score from anywhere.
Well, the Pirates are on a 10-4 run.
John Power.
Got to get out.
No, it won't go for Brian Davis. And they only get 1 crack at it.
10-4 run for Proviso East.
Now the contest beginning to pick up as the fouls will be charged on Libertyville's Brian Davis.
I still don't think you can afford to let any of the Libertyville players stay wide open and shoot like that, because you know they're going to nail most of those shots.
Smith heads over to the Proviso East bench as Kenny Davis, who again was a starter to start the year, missed a practice session, lost his starting job, struggled a bit first few games coming off the bench, but has now become comfortable with the role. Whirling move won't go for Boyce, and Matt Williams with the rebound for Libertyville. Nice cut in the lane. Davis the hook. No, he's missed on 2 of those so far.
Boy, Libertyville ice cold. Haven't scored in 6 minutes.
Finley the scoop, and now Proviso East is warming up.
This is their type of basketball game, up and down the floor. And now that they have the lead, they can afford to gamble like that.
Ford steals and saves. Davis down low to Boyce. No, that's a charge. And taking the charge was Williams.
Well, that's one of the few things Proviso East, what they've done wrong this quarter. Watch the save by Sherelle Ford. What a nice save, right behind the back, right to the hand of Proviso East. Nice pass down low. There's your charge. The shoulder by Donnie Boyce.
Libertyville has not scored in a while. They trail 38-34 with just over 2 minutes to go. That guy right there, Matt Williams, has got to come alive and get some points. Over it goes to Andy Bauer, to brother John. John on the baseline move, and he muscles one in.
Their first bucket in a long time.
That's the Proviso East lead to 2, under 2 minutes now. Proviso East has won 22 games in a row.
They're going to pull him out of the zone.
That's Davis.
They want to make him play man-to-man, take advantage of their quickness.
And of course, since they have the lead, Libertyville has to come out and force the action defensively.
So what you do, you just make your guards come out and play to keep your big man back in the zone.
For those of you who haven't seen a high school game in a while, this brings back memories of college hoops before the shot clock.
You better believe it.
Under a minute now, 55 seconds.
He'll Boyce. It right in the middle of the Boyce. He'll bring it right back out.
Triangle over there with Boyce and Finley and Davis. This is about as deliberate as Proviso East gets. Oh, yeah, this is.
Oh, you better believe it.
You're seeing something rare.
You may not see it again.
This is about as long as they have stood on the court, maybe all season.
They like to get up and down the floor, but they have the lead, so they want to go for the last shot. The Libertyville bench, they're hollering too. Now Proviso East goes into a play.
As they approach the 10-second mark, Davis. Finley pulls up. No. Wild shot. Gets it back. Second time, no, he scores. He has 15. And time runs out in the third quarter. Proviso East leads by 4. They trail by 4 at halftime. 1 quarter left. One of your network sponsors is Country Company. At the very end of the 3rd quarter, over 1.5 minutes taken out of the ball game by this very deliberate Proviso attack.
And you talk about using the floor. Look, everybody in blue, see how they spread out? They ran off 1.5 minutes on the floor off the clock, and they really just spread the floor. You see Sherelle Ford, they bring it right back out. They're not looking to score. This is what you call using the basketball floor. They used 1.5 minutes.
And that man there, Bill, hit using every weapon in his arsenal to get this victory. He is coaching this ball game as hard as probably any game he's coached all year.
Well, they picked up the tempo in the 3rd quarter. They had the lead. That's what they want.
Pirates open up the final quarter with the basketball. Finley, the leading scorer for the Pirates. And Bauer. Andy Bauer for Libertyville, their leading scorer.
Libertyville in his zone.
From the corner, Davis can't hit. And it's going to go to Libertyville. Proviso East outscoring the Wildcats 14-6 in that what has been now pivotal 3rd quarter.
Proviso East also just dominant on the backboard. They have 25 rebounds to 15 for Libertyville.
Williams open for a rare time, and he missed the shot. He gets it back as Davis had the rebound. Off-balance shot by Williams. Nice tip, Davis.
Nice tip by Davis, and if you're Proviso East, you just cannot give Libertyville 3 attempts at the bucket.
Cuts it to a 2-point game. Davis now with 10. Ford couldn't quite find the handle. Saves it, but stolen alertly by Cimaroli.
Charge.
And that's a clear charge. A clear charge. Wiped the bucket off. Davis very quickly got into position.
Oh, yeah. If you want to see a big-time charge, watch. Cimaroli goes in, good positioning, and he just knocks over Kenny Davis. No question about it.
Davis overtook him and had the quickness to get into position. And plenty of time to take that charge. Just about a minute gone as Jamal Robinson comes back in for Proviso East, replacing Ray Gay.
See, now you put Jamal Robinson down low. That will afford you to have Sherelle Ford out high, because Ford's a deadly shooter from outside.
That's a pretty nice luxury, being able to bring one of the best juniors in the state off the bench.
And let's see if they call that a shooting foul. They're going to call it a pass.
Cimaroli with the foul.
Well, it was a pass, but Finley went to the referee and said, no, I was shooting. It wasn't a pass.
Trying to lobby a little bit.
Nice try. Nice try. Why not?
Can't blame a guy for trying. Ford off the inbound play. Nice rebound. Without going over the back and taking it back up and scoring was Donnie Boyce.
You know, that's 10 offensive rebounds.
Boyce the steal. Davis, no.
Making 11 offensive boards.
And Finley threw it away. Boyce, a big catalyst right there in that couple of play series.
Well, so they hit you so quick. They come at you like a cat.
A 4-point Proviso East lead with 6.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The winner goes to the state championship game tonight. The loser plays in the consolation game this evening. Cimaroli kicks it off. Bauer from the corner. Count the 3. Andy Bauer with 13, the Wildcats' leading scorer.
Nice play by Cimaroli to spot Bauer over in the corner for the 3 points.
And you see it's a 1-point game with lots of time remaining. Sliding inside, no, a little strong for Finley, but underneath on the offensive boards, Donnie Boyce, who has 13.
Boy, Donnie Boyce has really had an outstanding quarter.
There's the full court Proviso pressure. The Pirates leading by 3, 44-41. John Cimaroli on the move among the tall trees. The shot was errant, and coming out of there with it was Finley. Finley, the 6'6 senior.
Nobody stopped the basketball and allowed Finley to penetrate.
Ford not enough on the layup, and Libertyville dodged a bullet there. Lead lob a little too long, looking for John Bauer. The Wildcats will keep the basketball. The thing about it, with Libertyville's shooting ability, not too many margins are safe against this ball club.
You have that right. Andy Bauer has 10 3-point field goals in the couple of days down here. The all-time record is 11 by Mark Davidson and Brandon Cole.
We approach the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes left as Cimaroli gets the play from the bench. And Coach Max Sanders. For three. No, his foot was on the line. It didn't go anyway. Davis. Quickly down court to Finley. Ford drew the foul, and I think it was Davis.
Yeah.
Got him with the body.
He got down the court extremely quick to get the ball to Sherrell Ford. He throws up a little hook attempt, and Davis bumps him, and now Ford will be at the line for 2 free throws.
4 team fouls in Libertyville. The next one will put the Pirates into the 1-1. But this will be a shooting foul here. Proviso East only 3 free throws in the ball game. They have all 3 that have been attempted in the entire contest by both teams. Sherrell Ford now with 11 points. Ford says, hey, I'm going to walk on to the 4-year college. He is really going to be facing a lot of recruiting pressure. Perhaps the best unsigned player in America right now.
But he's such a calm and cool individual. I don't think the recruiting will hurt him at all.
4 minutes, 44 seconds remaining. Proviso East by 5. One of your network sponsors is the Toyota Dealers of Illinois.
The announcers have already talked to you about how Coach Sanders is from Libertyville. Coach Hitt played for Proviso East 68 team. Well, they are going to have to put some things into the players. I've been noticing here on the side court how Proviso talking up to each other, whereas Libertyville beginning to get down on each other verbally on the court. We'll see how that affects here in the final period.
All right, Joe, thank you much. Lots of time left. 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Proviso East has pulled out to a 5-point lead. That's their biggest thus far as Libertyville faces that typically tough Proviso East pressure. Matt Williams will bring it across the timeline. Proviso East gone man-to-man now on the defense. Cimaroli working against Davis. Now back out to Andy Bauer. Matt Williams. Williams tries for 3, and that might be a sign of things to come.
Well, you really have to give credit to Brian Davis because he set a tremendous screen, and that freed him open for the shot.
Williams with 9, his first points of the second half. On the block to Boyce, kicks it back outside. Davis, though, has his pocket picked by Williams. Williams now becoming a force in the ballgame. His team down by 2.
Boy, just like we saw yesterday, Matt Williams, the 4th quarter is his quarter.
Andy Bauer, a little trouble getting the ball under control. Now Williams. Lots of time left.
14 turnovers for Proviso East, just 7 for Libertyville.
But that has not been untypical for Proviso East to have a high number of turnovers with their usual high-risk offense. But their offense hasn't been really in gear tonight.
It really hasn't. But you also have to remember 7 of the 14 came in the first quarter.
Just over 3 minutes left in this semifinal game. Libertyville down by 2. They run their offense. Williams had a shot, but quickly on him was Jamal Robinson. Boy, that's some height to bring out front. Cimaroli in a bit of trouble.
5 seconds.
Is able to get rid of it just in time to John Bauer, and that was close.
Boy, that wasn't 5 seconds. It had to be 4.5. Wide open.
Bauer. No. Looked like Boyce got a piece of it. And Sherrell Ford will bring it into the front court.
Look at the points in the paint. Proviso East been pounding it down low, and they want a timeout to talk about their offense.
2 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in the semifinal ball game in the boys AA state finals at the Assembly Hall in Champaign.
Well, I'm sure Phil Hitt is telling his young men, or he will tell them once he gets into the huddle, okay, guys, we have a 2-point lead, 2:34 to go. You don't want to be passive and tentative, but you want to get a good shot. You just don't want to come down and jack up a bad shot.
That's a great job. Now you got to be careful on the switches, right? Like to get the ball in bounds.
for me over here. Now you go to 6. I'll go 5. I'll just go screen for Sherelle on this. Ready? Defense. Hands up on the perimeter.
Well, Proviso East, they're going to run a 1-2-2 offense. So if you get it down low, take it. If not, just use the entire court. In Libertyville, we got into their huddle a little late, but I heard the coach say, jump into them, initiate the contact, you'll be at the line.
The crowd responding to a very entertaining ball game here in the semifinal contest. 2:34 left. A 2-point Proviso East lead. The Pirates with the basketball.
And believe it or not, Libertyville has yet to go to the free throw line the entire game. Proviso only had 5 the entire game.
And the way they shoot free throws, that's a factor.
It's a big factor. Donnie Boyce, by the way, had 7 rebounds this half.
We approach the 2-minute mark. You see the clock in the lower corner of your screen. Proviso East doing what they did at the end of the third period.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Davis just strong on the shot.
Yeah, you can't argue that shot.
But now let's see how Libertyville comes back as we're under 2 minutes. Williams, double team, hounded on defense.
You have to get out and guard their perimeter shooters.
They can hit from anywhere. If you leave them open, they'll make you pay. Here's John Bauer, Davis, but alertly there Williams. It won't go.
Forward.
It'll be against Libertyville in the battle for the loose rebound.
Well, Sherelle Ford had the basketball. Here it is again, and here's the shot that won't go down by Williams. Now watch Sherelle Ford, number 45 in the blue. He has possession of the basketball, and Davis comes over, and I think it's Davis with his shoulder into the midsection of Sherelle Ford.
Davis picks up his third, and the Pirates are in the bonus. Ford with 12 points so far in the ballgame. Well under the 25 he had in the quarterfinal game against Carbondale yesterday. And now Libertyville, I believe, has called a timeout. We will stay here at the Assembly Hall.
Well, this would do 2 things. A, make Sherelle Ford think about these 2 big free throws with 1:38 to go. And B, it will also give the Wildcats coaching staff time to set up both their offense and their defense.
We go for 2. But if he makes it, then we're going to have to start looking for 3s, okay? Hey. If we tie it up, 2. If we miss 1 3 1 half-court trip, we got to go 50. No, you stay back to the line. All right? If Sherelle makes them, fine. If he misses them, fine, right? Now, if we get in a situation where we might want to take a foul and a shooting foul, you can take a flare. Don't make it intentional. You understand that? So if they're dribbling and they got you beat, just slap on the ball. You understand? No intentional foul. Okay, man to man. No turnovers. Take a timeout. Ready? Defense.
The number 1 ranked Pirates, Proviso East, having to play the game of their lives here this afternoon against this gutsy Libertyville ball club. All right, take a look at the situation. Proviso's got 3 timeouts. Libertyville's down to 1. Possession arrow with the Wildcats right now. And Proviso East still has 2 fouls to give before Libertyville goes to the free throw line. 1:38 left. And at the line, Sherelle Ford. And the Swamp Doctor's medicine works on the first free throw.
Here we go. Let him shoot.
Ford now with 13, his last 3 points coming on free throws.
1 free throw by Sherelle Ford. Oh, look at Donnie Boyce.
He just had to go off his fingertips out of bounds, and Libertyville has it. They trail by 3.
Well, you have a lot of time remaining, so I think you go for the 2 right now, unless you run the clock down. But if you had a 3-pointer, you take it, but you have a lot of time remaining. Get the best shot.
Well, you heard Max Sanders say, when they go up by 3, look for some 3s. So I feel if they get the open tray, they'll take it. But just work for the good shot right now. The Proviso East defense really putting a lot of pressure. Good screen. Williams, it was halfway down.
Boy, Davis just really mugged Thaddeus Smith.
And that was an NBA three-point try. 1 minute left to go.
Okay, now Proviso East, you look just for the layup. Just a good shot.
As they bring it back outside to Finley.
Bring it back to the top of the key.
You didn't see Smith.
You didn't see Smith.
And Ford is fouled. Fouling him is Davis. They'll put him into the line one more time. Davis picks up his fourth. Gut-wrenching feeling for those Wildcats on the bench.
Well, the Wildcats have done an outstanding job slowing down this offensive machine known as the Proviso East Pirates. The lowest total point output so far for Proviso East this year was 59 points. They're on 47.
The battle for the rebound is controlled by Bauer to Williams.
Boy, you better guard the perimeter now. You know, I wouldn't let him get a three-point shot off. I would foul him first. You have 3 fouls to give. You have 3 fouls to give.
Cimarroni being pressured, double team. He's fouled. Dan Smith fouled him.
But that's okay. It's not a shooting foul. They have to take the ball out of bounds, and you still have 2 more to give.
Libertyville has yet to get to the free throw line in this contest. 30.2 seconds remaining. The Cats with the ball, trailing 47-44.
And I guarantee you that Proviso East will guard the perimeter very, very well.
The Wildcats of Libertyville called time. That is their last timeout remaining with just a hair over 30 seconds left.
But you have 30.2 seconds to go. Proviso East has another foul to give.
And it's about 8 seconds left. I mean, we got to run the clock down, all right, to 8 seconds. All right, remember what open hand is. Do you guys remember? All right, we want this set up about 12 seconds left. We're going to have Matt, Cimarroni, Andy Bauer, Brian Davis, John Bauer. All right, 8 seconds left. He goes down here. Andy picks. He goes this way. He hits. Andy picks it for us. He comes. These 2 guys are setting the pick for Andy Bauer.
Nobody touched the ball but Donnie. Look at the clock. If they score a 3, timeout right away. You understand that? Everybody understand it?
Hands up on the perimeter.
Well, you saw the play that Libertyville plans to run.
Andy Bauer, top of the key. They're going to run the clock down to 8 seconds. So they have some clock to kill. Set a couple of picks down low. Get a couple of picks, and then want Bauer to go from side to side, go baseline, and come around to the top of the key. Remember, the next foul, if it's not a shooting foul for Proviso East, will have Libertyville take the ball out of bounds. I would not let Andy Bauer get that 3-point shot off.
An electric, spine-tingling atmosphere now here in the Assembly Hall. Oh, and Bauer was nearly out of bounds. He realized at the last moment he stayed away from the ball until he had both feet in bounds off that inbounds play. Cimarroni. Again, they're going to work it down to 8. Matt Williams.
Okay, now they'll go down.
Now you see him set up.
Watch for Andy Bauer. Number 33, there it is. There's your screen.
Bauer, Williams. The Proviso is really putting good ball pressure on Williams. No! It's all over. Williams threw one up, and Proviso East stays on Libertyville.
Well, Libertyville did everything you wanted them to do. They ran the clock down. Bauer couldn't get the shot off. If they got the 3-point shot off, personally, I wouldn't have let him gotten that shot off. I would have hit him and made him take the ball out of bounds again. But what an outstanding basketball game. Great strategy on both ball clubs. Proviso East, the #1 team in the state, will advance to the championship.
Unbelievable ball game. Libertyville. What an accounting it gave for itself in this Elite 8. With the win over Hillcrest and then giving the top-ranked team, a team that some thought would waltz through this Elite 8, gave them everything they could ask for.
Well, just an outstanding game plan by Libertyville. They shoot so well, but see, what did Coach Max Sanders say at half? I don't want to fall behind. If I fall behind, it's going to be difficult.
All right, let's go down to Joe Passion, who is one of the big Proviso East stars of the game, Donnie Boyce.
All right, with me is Donnie Boyce, finished tonight with 13 points. You guys instead are becoming the cardiac kids rather than running down opponents like you did all year long. Why is that?
I think it's just like the NBA teams, you know, a long season, and you know how they get a little drought. And, you know, like the Detroit, you know, they might lose 2 a game in a row and then come back and get back to their form. We just ain't found our form yet.
Coach, just want to know if you've got enough roll aids with you here today. These kids really giving you some cardiacs, but boy, coming through in the end.
They have great composure. They're great kids. They haven't had to play from behind much this year, but they've played in many big games all season, and they have a lot of poise. You've heard me say before, they're fun to coach, and they are.
You told me at halftime that you felt they would come around in the second half. They did. What do you feel was the key to that turnaround?
We played a much better defensive game, and we finally started to do smart things with the ball transition. As much as I like them, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Is that really going to be the key then in the championship game for you guys, Donnie, to work harder on defense?
Yeah, well, we got to come out more aggressive in the first half. You know, I'm tired of coming back, and I think Coach Hitt is too, you know, fighting back. I think we're just going to have to come out aggressive and get mentally prepared.
All right, guys, get a good rest. We'll see you tonight at the championship.
Thank you.
All right, let's send it back over to Tom Stocker.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. Proviso East wins it by 3. We'll be back with more from the Assembly Hall. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies. An electrifying semifinal game here in semifinal game number 1. Proviso East winning it 47-44. Tom Stocker, Kenny McGrath back with you at the Assembly Hall. You heard Donnie Boyce, Kenny, talk about they had to play better defense tonight, but really when it really came down to when it counted, the Proviso East defense is what did not let Libertyville get the good shot off at the end.
Well, we said earlier that we thought if Proviso East would win it, they would have to win it on the offensive end, but of course, Jarrell Ford just really came alive offensively in the second half with the driving layup that tied the game at 34. Michael Finley had an outstanding game today. Boy, I tell you what, that is just a big-time move by Michael Finley. Goes to the hole as well as anyone in this state tournament. The Bauer boys, they do such an outstanding job, both inside and outside. John Bauer with the layup to end the third quarter. As we move to the fourth quarter, there's the shot, but Donnie Boyce had an outstanding game on the offensive rebounding end. He had about a dozen rebounds, and he was just a terror on the boards, especially offensively. Matt Williams, he put Libertyville within 2 with this 3-point field goal. But at the end of the fourth quarter, they wanted to get the ball in to Bauer. Matt Williams had to get the shot off. Bauer couldn't do it. Williams was just smothered. Boy, I tell you, good defense by Proviso East. Not a good shot by Williams. He threw it up with one hand. It wouldn't go. Proviso East, they go on to win it 47-44.
And also Proviso East really controlling Williams in the second half. That 3 was his only points of the second half. You take a look as Proviso shot 44%, and for the first time since the sectional round action, Libertyville shoots under 50%. And
Libertyville never got to the free throw line, and that's a big key because they're an outstanding free throw shooting team.
Also the rebounds, as you would predict, Proviso East with the lead, 34-21, but also with a 2-1 margin in turnovers. When it came right down to the end, they won it by 3. As the big 3 for Proviso East, they've been the real big story of that team all season long, combining there for 15, 13, and 13, while 13 points for Bauer, their leading scorer. Davis and Williams with 10. As Libertyville, again, a good accounting of itself throughout this entire tournament. They'll play in the consolation game tonight. You'll see it on this IHSA network station. But they really, really were a great story in this tournament.
Oh, they were a great story. And, you know, they played Proviso East to within 3 points. This is a good basketball team. I'm sure they'll put on a pretty good show in our third place game tonight. But you really have to give them credit. They wanted to control the tempo. But once they fell behind, that's the one thing they didn't want to do, was fall behind to this great Proviso East ball club.
Meanwhile, for Proviso East, here's a team, folks, that stormed through the regular season. Their only loss to Rock Island, a 1-point game at Rock Island, and even Duncan Reed said if Proviso East hit the free throws, Proviso East would have won that ball game. They stormed through the Proviso West Holiday Tournament, a very tough tournament. They win a big game at the KMOX Shootout in St. Louis. They get in the state tournament play, and they have really had a tough road to hoe. They have really struggled. A lot of that, though, due in part to their opponents. It's not Proviso East playing bad basketball. They have just faced some very good opposition.
Well, Proviso East, one day, they may just blow somebody away. Coming back is very tough.
All right, back with more from the Assembly Hall as we're halfway through our semifinal round action of the Boys AA State Basketball Tournament. One of your network sponsors is the Illinois Pork Producers.
When it matters most, you've got the country behind you. You've heard that a lot. But it's more than just a slogan, it's a fact. The Illinois Agricultural Association serves farmers and the citizens of Illinois in many ways as a dealer in supplies and agricultural research and a protector through Country Companies Insurance. Country Companies is a longtime close friend of the Illinois High School Association basketball tournament, and here they are in our tournament scrapbook.
It is a special event. The people, especially in the smaller towns throughout the state of Illinois, they look forward to a high school tournament, the Final Eight in Champaign, and it's there's a lot of pride associated with the schools and the towns around the state.
In 1972, the Illinois High School Association needed sponsorship for the new Class A basketball tournament. Country Companies Insurance entered the picture and organized the telecast. Director of Advertising and Sales Promotion, Bryce Sides, has been with the Country Companies telecast since the beginning.
We thought that with some big-time announcers, that would help draw viewership to the telecast. And the first year we had Ray Scott, who at that point in time was he was the voice of the Green Bay Packers on television. He had just been named by his peers as the #1 sportscaster in the United States. He'd just done the Super Bowl, and so he was our anchor announcer, and he was supported by Easy Ed McCauley, of course, who Ed, a rich tradition with basketball, playing with the St. Louis Hawks and with the Boston Celtics. And we also had Red Auerbach.
Competition from the colleges and other sports on television has fragmented the viewing audience, but Country Companies is a steadfast backer of high school athletics.
We're very hopeful that with the changes that are being made by the IHSA, with the new producers and with the things that you folks are going to be bringing to the telecast, and with the promotion and everything of that nature, that's going to help to rekindle the interest and the subsequent viewership of the telecast.
From its Bloomington headquarters, Country Companies takes on many educational responsibilities.
We have full-time Country Companies trained professionals who make presentations in schools on various kinds of safety and community education kinds of subjects, and both grade school, high school, colleges, and we've been doing this for a long, long time, and we're very proud of the impact that we believe we made in the state of Illinois with these kinds of programs. Many of them are aimed to save lives.
But the tournament is special.
This will be our 20th year as a sponsor. We're the longest sponsor in terms of years association with the IHSA. It's been a long time. We're very proud of that.
It's great to have great support from great companies like Country Companies Insurance. And we've got another great basketball game in store for you as our semifinals continue from Assembly Hall, and we'll be back with that right after this timeout and this word from our local stations.